I'm Peter Lee, and welcome to this special Chinese New Year's edition of Newsbud's China Watch. Chinese New Year's travel season is touted as the biggest human migration in the world. This year, China's railroads and airports will handle an estimated 3 billion trips as Chinese families reunite for a week of eating, visiting, gift-giving, and promenading, and watching the China Central Television New Year's Eve Gala. The CCTV Gala attracts about 1 billion viewers, making it one of the most watched television programs in the world. Watching the 4-hour-plus CCTV Gala while wrapping dumplings and eating dumplings is a major Chinese diversion on New Year's Eve. So is swooning over the lavish production numbers and gorgeous pop singers and ripping at the lame comedy skits, the old-fashioned vaudeville acts, and the political content. This week, the Newsbud community gets to join in the fun and avoid the tedium with my CCTV Gala wrap-up. But first, a news note. Donald Trump signed an executive order withdrawing the United States from the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal, the TPP. That was the trade bloc that excluded China. Now it's acknowledged that the only thing it did was exclude China, and the deal held no measurable benefits for the U.S. economy, but the United States government was going to sign it anyway. If you're thinking, you're not alone. I have a piece up on the Newsbud website about it. Back to New Year's Eve. CCTV stepped back from last year's ham-handed and unpopular political numbers. This year's slogan was apparently, "Let's knock 'em on their ass."
此刻的凉山，欢乐沸腾，凉山的兄弟姐妹们身穿节日的盛装，踏歌起舞，一起迎接新年的到来。
Maybe they'll get a real dragon next year. The gala used to be a stage-bound variety show televised from an auditorium in Beijing. Nowadays, the show is anchored in Beijing and attended by a well-connected, well-dressed, and as the night wears on, increasingly fatigued audience, but the main action occurs at 4 gargantuan satellite venues meant to showcase China's awesome diversity. There's Sichuan, where the opening act was staged. That covers the Great West. There's Guilin, the beautiful Southland. There's Harbin, the north where it's 20 below zero, but the locals defiantly eat popsicles year-round. Shanghai holds down the east, the Yangtze Strip.
过大年!
And of course, Beijing represents the center. The show is meant to have something for everybody, and since this is the year of the Rooster, pretty much everybody wants to see cute Chinese children dancing in chicken costumes. Beyond increasing the world's adorableness quotient, the gala does have a serious mission. It is meant to make the citizens of the People's Republic of China feel good about themselves and where their country's going. There might be vast disparities in wealth between rich and poor, but a poor window washer can find love with the daughter of a gazillionaire. China's cities and food supply might be threatened by crippling pollution, but we're all busy eating right and staying fit.
水果跟蔬菜有个小小的奥妙，维他命会赶走细菌和感冒。1、2、3、4，跳一跳长得高，准备好向前跑。
And China might be beset with ethnic tensions between the Han majority and Tibetans, Uyghurs, Mongolians, and other ethnic groups. But look at them. Happy singing and dancing. Wow. Double wow if you realize they're singing about how groovy it was when Mao Zedong's forces came through their villages during the Long March. As that chorus says, the Red Army are our brothers. For me, the most interesting comedy sketch was set in Xinjiang. It starts out looking like an Oriental Amos and Andy thing, with sly Uyghurs looking to put one over on the good-hearted, naive Han engineer. He's building a road past their dairy farm. His blasting operation has stopped their cows from giving milk, so there's a big three-way ado about compensation. But not to worry. They aren't trying to rip off the engineer. They want to find a way to avoid taking the compensation since the engineer had donated blood to save the Uyghur guy's life. They literally share the same blood.
我受伤的时候是你们汉族兄弟为我输的血，我库尔班身上流着我们汉族兄弟的血。可是我到现在，我都不知道这个汉族兄弟是谁啊！你算算，我库尔班这条命值多少钱呐？
Happy, happy, win-win Uyghurland. I doubt this sketch knocked them dead in Uyghurland, but it probably wasn't intended for them. For the predominantly Han audience watching this performance, I expect the message was, look, Uyghur men without scary Islamic beards, Uyghur women in ethnic Uyghur dress instead of scary Islamic burqas, economic cooperation instead of scary political contention. Message: Xinjiang is not just scary Uyghur Muslims with hatchets and homemade bombs looking to murder Han infidels. It's one nation, not an occupation. A reassuring vision that all is, if not well, kind of okay in the Northwest. Enough politics for now. Let's hit the ice festival. 'This was reportedly considered the highlight of the telecast. Easy to see why. It's an advertisement for the yearly Harbin Ice Festival. That's an entire city of Chinese and world landmarks and various falaise constructed out of blocks of ice. It also was an advertisement for China's hosting of the Winter Olympic Games in 2022, to be held not in reliably cold and snowy Harbin, but in the dry and often warm suburbs of Beijing. A big deal in these galas, as one might expect, is Chinese pride and patriotism. The military gets a big shout out. The new symbol of Chinese national achievement, its space program, was also celebrated. All of China's 11 taikonauts, appeared on the Beijing stage to consecrate their mission and donate their handprints to a display for the History Museum.
敬礼！各位请坐，礼毕。我是神舟5号航天员杨利伟。
This year, the gala included a celebration of China's global destiny in the form of its avowedly peaceful One Belt, One Road, or New Silk Road infrastructure program to link China by rail with Central Asia and beyond it Europe, and linking China by sea with South Asia and beyond it Africa. The musical number, whose title I translate as A Union 1,000 Years in the Making, presented the OBOR program as a metaphor for personal, national, and continental fulfillment. The song was composed and sung by Han Hong. She is an interesting and popular performer of mixed Han Tibetan heritage, so I guess she checked the box for Tibetan in the gala. Han might be termed the bard of transformative Chinese infrastructure projects. One of her biggest hits was Heaven's Road, which celebrated the new railway linking Tibet to the rest of China. Han's segment attracted considerable unflattering comment on Chinese social media, presumably because of the singer's unconventional appearance, the ghastly staging, and the absolutely bottom-shelf computer graphics. But I like the song, so you get to hear it and see it.
海为沙，情长风收回千变万化。我想登高一望，这天地的图画。一场阔别，让白云化为千年冰雪。清清泉水汇成世间一轮新月。你是我心合而为一，我放声高歌你的到来，偏见起不似朝一代，从阳关到沧海，千年之约，情意满怀。
The big celebrity moment of the gala was Jackie Chan, pretty much the only participant recognizable to Western audiences, singing a pretty song together with college students from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau about how the nation is a family, and the family is the foundation of the nation, and only a strong nation can assure a prosperous family.
世界的国，在天地的家，有了强的国，才有福的家。我的家住在心里，家的国你何处理？我是荣誉的意，家是幸福的洋溢。我的每一寸土地，家的每一个足迹，国与家连在一起，创造地球的奇迹。
It concludes, I love my country, I love my family, I love my nation. It helps to know that in Chinese, the word nation is a pairing of the characters for country and family. 国家. Very Confucian, not very communist. Also, it's a suggestion to Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. It's better to be sharing the PRC's economic and military and cultural strength as part of one big happy family/nation, and be just like all those satisfied minority folks that filled the gala programming, instead of fragmenting off into cranky little anti-mainland independent statelets. Message received. Happy New Year!
亲爱的朋友们，准备好了吗？让我们一起倒计时。是。
美的集团向全球华人
半年。
新年好！看到了吗？上百只发光的竹筏点缀在江面上，我们在象鼻山前形成了漓江渔火的盛。
Finally, much has been made of Donald Trump's alleged Russian connection. However, perhaps even more disturbingly, the Chinese are apparently worshiping Trump as a god in the year of the rooster.
Maybe it's the golden poof on top, or the exaggerated beak. Perhaps it's the distinctive hand gestures. Some say the signs are all there of a Donald Trump look-alike. A factory in Zhejiang in eastern China has already made 30 of them and is scrambling to keep up with demand.
We didn't intend to specifically imitate Trump's image. It's just that with this model, people think it looks a lot like Trump. We never intended to imitate his physical characteristics.
Maybe not, but the similarities have people not just in China, but around the world taking notice. It's reportedly been sold on Taobao, a Chinese online shopping site, for as much as $5,000 for a 50-footer. But beyond the surface, some think maybe there's a deeper meaning.
There will be a bigger and better breakthrough in diplomacy between the U.S. and China. And I hope China will get better and better in this year, or that when Trump is in power this year, there will be a win-win situation.
And if a balloon can accomplish that, now that's something to crow about.
And there's this suspicious-looking fowl. The one on the left is a pheasant. A Chinese pheasant. Don't ignore this. Don't normalize it. If you see something, cluck something. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, go to newsbud.com, where you'll find exclusive content available only to the Newsbud community. I'm Peter Lee for Newsbud's China Watch.
For just a small subscription fee, you can become a member of the Newsbud community and help keep this website running. Your subscription will provide you with full community access to exclusive content, including videos and articles from Newsbud's team of experts and analysts, as well as a members-only monthly newsletter from Newsbud's founder, Sibel Edmonds. Sign up today for full access at newsbud.com.